Okay, so this is question number 29, and here's a change in question. Some of the sentences below have words that are missing. Choose the best option from those given below to complete them. So we have three fill in the blank questions here, where in one sentence, a long drawn sentence, three blank spaces are created, and then we have four options, and in each we have three words given to us. We need to choose the correct option which contains the correct words in the order in which they need to be used to fill the blank spaces. Okay. Psychologists urge users to remember that social media rarely reflects the full complexity of real life. Influencers often dash a carefully curated online persona, which can dash unrealistic standards and occasionally dash negative self comparisons amongst their followers. Okay, so there are certain words which will help you get some idea as to what you should choose for the blanks. Uh, of course, carefully curated persona, but unrealistic standards and negative self comparisons are the actual clues. So, what do these influencers do? They do something which can again give rise to unrealistic standards, probably, and occasionally also create some negative self comparisons. That's how I interpret this. Now, let's go to the first blank and look for those words in each options that have been given for the first blank. The first option has advocate, the second endorse, third profess, and fourth maintain. Can we say that influencers often advocate a carefully curated online persona? Do they ask others also to follow it? Do they recommend it? That's not what the author says. The author tries to say that they have this kind of online persona. They present this kind of persona. That's not what they recommend that others also follow. So this is not correct. Do they endorse? Do they say that everybody should do it because they do it? Also is not relevant. Can we say they profess? Profess means to ask others to follow something which is not actually real or true. So this also in the context doesn't make sense. Maintain means to continue doing something. Okay, so it would be correct to say they often maintain a carefully curated persona online. So we get the answer, but let me also discuss why only this answer is correct by looking or making you look at the remaining words. So influencers often what? Maintain a carefully curated online persona which can we say perpetuate unrealistic standards? It does not perpetuate, but it gives a rise to. So perpetuate would also be incorrect. Can we say foster? Well, foster to some extent you may get confused with and may consider relevant, but inspire would not be correct at all, because inspire is a very positive word and it is followed by, the blank is followed by a very negative expression, unrealistic standards. So unrealistic standards cannot be inspired. Okay, generate means to give rise to, and so of course this is meaningful. Then, and occasionally stimulate negative self comparisons. Okay, stimulate can make sense, but not provoke, which is negative, or release, and of course trigger, because trigger or stimulate do have some commonality. Okay, so we know what is the correct answer. The correct answer is option 4, because it contains all the words maintain, generate and trigger, which can complete the idea in this order. The next one, 30. Since chronic stress can dash the immune system, making individuals more susceptible to illness and dash their overall well-being, healthcare practitioners often recommend mindfulness practices and proper sleep to dash these negative effects. So the reference is to chronic stress and what healthcare practitioners recommend so that people are able to come out of these negative effects. Okay, so let's look at the last blank and the words given for the last blank in each of these choices. Can we say they recommend mindfulness practices and proper sleep to decrease these negative effects, diminish, impede or counter? In some remote sense, decrease you may go for. Okay, I don't say that is the correct word, but then you may get confused and consider decrease to be suitable. So, they decrease the negative effects, not very grammatical, but yes. Okay, diminish, because it is a synonym of decrease, you may feel it's correct, but actually it's not, because diminish cannot be used with effects. Diminish is to reduce the size of something, effects is not countable. So, we actually should eliminate this. Impede means to hinder, not correct at all, but counter is fine, to try to overcome these negative effects. So, if we still consider decrease as relevant, then we also have counter, which is absolutely fine. Now, the first word, the first blank, since chronic stress can dash the immune system, what can it do to the immune system? Can it endanger, paralyze, undermine or compromise? Undermine means to weaken, paralyze of course is a total failure, and endanger means to pose a danger to. So, can it pose a danger to the immune system? Now, this is not logical, okay, and it's not about it totally impairing the immune system. It is that it can affect it in some adverse manner. So, it's not undermined, but yes, compromise works. So, it can compromise the immune system, make it less weak than it should be, making individuals more susceptible to illness, and can you say preserve their overall well-being? Preserve is a positive word, it would not work. Improve also and elevate, but impair works, because impair means to not allow it to function properly. So, chronic stress can compromise the immune system, making individuals more susceptible to illness and impair their overall well-being. Healthcare practitioners recommend mindfulness practices and proper sleep to counter these negative effects. So, what is the correct choice or the correct group of words? It's there in choice 4. The next one, 31. While curcumin, which is and dash found in turmeric helps to reduce dash, extremely high doses of it can dash headache and nausea. So, the sentence begins with while, and this indicates that there is some contrast in the sentence itself. So, the ideas contradict each other. The reference is to curcumin, which is what? Something found in turmeric, and it helps to reduce something. The author says extremely high doses can lead to something negative, like some kind of headache and nausea. So, we have to use an adjective to make it go with headache and nausea. High doses of it can do what? Okay, so we need to choose a verb and then continue with headache and nausea. Can we say high doses can induce headache, infuse headache, promote headache or cause headache? It can cause headache, makes sense. Can we say it promotes? Promoting headache and nausea is not correct, because promote is a very positive word and is used in a very positive sense. Infuse means to fill with something, doesn't work with headache and nausea, and induce is almost similar to cause. So, it induces or becomes a reason for causing something. So, first and the fourth options we can consider. Now, let us take a look at the first blank. Curcumin, which is, can we say, an ingredient found in turmeric, an enzyme, an alkali, or an alchemy. Alchemy is a complete branch in which of chemistry. So alchemy is to be eliminated. Alkali and enzyme also we can eliminate because the reference is to something that is a part of turmeric, is what turmeric is made of. So ingredient is the best, and the others we can eliminate. Now look at the second word. It helps to reduce what? Inflammation, not abrasion, not infect. It could be infection. Can't say it helps to reduce injury because an ingredient or turmeric can't be used to reduce injury, but the effects of injury, the pain or the suffering of injury, but not injury itself. And so it helps to reduce infection, could be, is likely, but not the others. Abrasion is a cut or wound. So we go with the first choice, which has the 3 words that are needed to complete the idea. Okay. Question number 32. Art can be dash because it encourages individuals to express their emotions through a creative outlet, allowing them to process complex feelings, reduce stress, and dash self-awareness. So, what can art be? It says it encourages individuals to express their emotions through a creative outlet. So, there is a lot of there are so many positive words which are mentioned in this sentence. Okay, so there are just 2 blanks as you can see here, and in the first choice the word given for the first blank is therapeutic, in second it is pleasing, third avoidable, and fourth acceptable. What do we go for? Can we say art can be therapeutic? It can work as a therapy. It can be pleasing because it encourages individuals to express their emotions. Well, at one glance, if you don't give too much of a thought, you could consider even pleasing because it is a positive word. But let's check whether it really can be used to fill the blank depending on whether the second word is meaningful or not. Can be avoidable. Well, this can be eliminated, and can be acceptable. Acceptable also is not workable here. So we can eliminate the third and the fourth choices. Now we are left with the first and second ones. Art can be therapeutic or pleasing because it encourages individuals to express their emotions through a creative outlet, allowing them to process complex feelings, reduce stress, and can we say enhance self-awareness or decrease self-awareness? Well, you would go with enhance because it means to increase self-awareness about the knowledge about the self and not to decrease it. So, it is option 1 that we choose and eliminate the second one. 33. The notion of personhood is dash on something. Now, you have to also consider the grammatical elements that are at times before or after blank spaces. So, here what's important is the preposition on. The notion of personhood is dash on, and choose those words, one or many, which could be possible fillers, which can be followed by the preposition on. Okay. The notion of personhood is dash on something more than a particular type of genetic material within human beings. It arises only with a larger scale structural dash of that material, which permits capacities like dash thought and moral agency. So, for the last blank also we have some clue in the form of and, the conjunction, and as you can see we have a comma after the blank. Then we have thought and it is connected with moral agency by the conjunction and. So, all these have some similarity and that is why they are connected with one another in series. Okay. The notion of personhood is, can we say, premised on? Yes. Built on, independent on, or dependent on? Sorry, interdependent on or dependent on? Logically, premised on makes sense. is built on something more than a particular type of genetic material? Well, built on is not right. It can we say is interdependent on something? The notion is interdependent on, again doesn't sound logical. Is dependent on, we could go with this. Okay. So, the notion of personhood is either premised on or dependent on something more than a particular type of genetic material within human beings. It arises only with a larger scale structural, what can we say, organization of that material or disorganization of that material. Something arises with structural organization and not disorganization. Okay. Not with division or distribution either, it is only organization, which permits capacities like consciousness, thought and moral agency. Okay. So, this goes with the flow. Calibration is graduation, not correct. Calibration is deciding what quantity is needed for what. So, calibration has no role here. Can we say differentiation? Capacities like differentiation, thought and moral agency would not go together, and deconstruction is absolutely incorrect. Okay. So, it is option 1 and the others can be discarded. Fine. Question number 34 now. Astronauts who stayed for an period of time at the International Space Station displayed a remarkable level of dash endurance and mental dash. So, level of dash endurance and mental dash. Again, we can focus on the conjunction and, which is joining these two phrases which have to have some kind of similarity with each other. Astronauts who stayed for what? Can we say an expanded period of time? Expand means to make something bigger, and with regard to period of time we cannot use expanded. Can we say extended? Yes. Explicit period of time is not grammatically correct, and extensive period of time also doesn't match with the phrase period of time. Okay, so in effect we've got the answer. Astronauts who stayed for an extended period of time, prolonged period of time at the International Space Agency Station displayed a remarkable level of what? Physical endurance? Yes. Not stern or stoic or dysfunctional, and mental what? Resilience and not acuity, not sharpness of the mind, but a resilience of the mind, the ability to hold on, and not any kind of mental integrity or agility. So, it is only in 2 that we have the correct group of words which can be used to fill the blank space. Okay.